Well, look at this. Former cop gets 2 years in prison for pointing out flaws in a lie detector test? That's ridiculous. Look at this. First of all, it doesn't detect lies. It detects your reactions to questions and compares them to test questions. Questions they know the answer to, questions they know you know the answers to. Like your name. They will say, is your name John Doe? Yes. And it'll show on the, well, today it's digital, so it'll show on a screen. If you say no, then you know deep down you lied, and even in a subtle way, somehow this thing picks up that and shows it, and it still doesn't necessarily mean you lied. That's why lie detector tests are inadmissible in court, meaning you cannot use that in court. Do you know how easy it is to fool a so-called lie detector? I prefer polygraph because lie detector is completely the wrong name for this test or for the machine. It's a polygraph machine. Poly meaning multiple, and graph, well, a graph. Polygraph, multiple these things. Okay, this is a graph. When you lie, you get a little reaction like that. But beating them is very easy. Well, no, I don't want to go to jail for 2 years. If you want to know how, email me and I will let you know how. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. Remember, and you can, if you use your head, you can figure this out on your own. You wouldn't even have to email me. These things test your reaction, okay? That's all they do. If you are a good liar, you'll pass. If you believe your own lies, you'll pass. The funny thing about this thing, it's like those that are honest and trustworthy and have a conscience and care and all that stuff, they're the ones that cannot pass these tests unless they are trained. Okay? There are videos, maybe not on YouTube, but Google it or Yahoo it or whatever you want as far as finding out how, but look up how to beat a lie detector test, and you'll be surprised just how easy it is. Now, back to this thing. I thought, well, 69 years old, poor guy. Douglas Williams of Norman, Oklahoma, was sentenced to 2 years in prison this week for running a website that pointed out the flaws in a lie detector test. Now, what charge is that? And then look who, the biggest crooks of all, the FBI and the Secret Service, both caught at doing stuff much more serious than educating people on machinery or electronics. This is, man, look, in '79 he invented the sting technique, which polygraph experts now refer to as countermeasures. Okay, maybe we can even do it here, guys. Let me show. Let's see. Well, I don't see it, so Williams pleaded guilty on May 13th, 2 counts of mail fraud and 3 counts of witness tampering, and was sentenced to 2 years. That's amazing. That is amazing. He explained why he decided to speak out and inform people about lie detectors. Look, I knew that I had to make a change. That I had to quit doing what I was doing because of what it was doing to me. I knew I was literally destroying myself physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Most of the polygraph operators I know were alcoholics, drug addicts, or had very serious mental illness. I knew this was directly attributable to the work they did as polygraph examiners. Getting confessions by means of the polygraph is a dangerous business. Getting people to confess by using this method of psychological torture took its toll on the torturer as much as the tortured. Now, that's great. Still doesn't tell you how, but you can learn how if you really want to. And all you have to do is, well, look it up. So, there you go. 2 years for telling truth. Yep. Today's world, all right. Thank you for watching.